Hi guys, I hope you are going to see me very soon. It's Finnabair here from my studio and in my home. We are going to talk a little bit about mica powders. We will have mica powders hackers video. You know, sometimes it's good to know what you are going to do with your product. So I was thinking I will try to give you some advices, some ideas, what you can do with mica powders. I have a set of mica powders here and I will show you 2 or 3 fun techniques. So hopefully you're going to get inspired. So this is of course a small set of colors. We have much more, but it's going to be enough to show you everything you like to have. So well, I just wait a little bit to see you, to see you here. Hi everyone. Hi Shami. Hi. We've got Carrie who's going to help you a little bit, and here's my husband who's going to be the operator of it all. Right, and we are going to start in a moment. So I'm just handing that to the right person, the smooth operator, and let me talk to you a little bit first. So this is the set of mica powders. We have 6 colors here, and I hope you will be inspired by them. Of course, mica is something absolutely natural and absolutely neutral, so you can use it in many ways just by adding it to different different mediums, different products. You can sprinkle it as it is. It's super beautiful and shiny. It has just this amazing finish that catches the light. It's just a metallic powder, but you can use it in cool ways, and today I would like to show you some ideas how use your mica powder in a creative way. So first of all, there is really cool hack about mica. You can use it to create paint or metallic gesso. So first question is, why do you need metallic gesso? Some people think like, well, gesso should be just a primer, so it should be something that is helping you create a nice matte surface. But what if you would like to have matte surface, for example, for your journal page? Right? I have 2 pages here. This one is covered with gold gesso, and this one is covered with metallic paint, just to compare. So if I will be putting some next layers on this side, it should be having this nice matte finish. If I will be putting it here, acrylic paints, especially metallic ones, they're a little bit glossy, a little bit slippery. So just to show you how it works, let me take a pencil, right? And I would like to make a flower here, right? And this is not going that easy. I would like to sketch something. Yeah, you can see how shiny it is, right? Trying hard doesn't cover that great, right? Here, the same effect easily without any problem. So what happens with gesso, it doesn't matter if it's metallic or traditional white or black, it is just a perfect way to use other mediums on the top. Paints, pencils, crayons, whatever you have. So the same pencil on the acrylic paint and on gold gesso. How you can do the make gesso like that for yourself? It's very simple, and I would like to show you how you can do it. So you need color of your choice, right? I was working with gold, thinking it's going to be a really cool idea. Then you need something like a container, and then I'm going to use clear gesso as a base. This is one of my art basics. You can see it in a big tube. This is sold, for example, at Michael's in United States. This is a big tube, or very popular jar, 250 milliliters of clear gesso. This looks quite creamy and white, but after drying it turns matte and transparent. So I'm going to use it as a base, and I'm going to add color to it. So I'm putting mica inside of my clear gesso, and I take a scoop or 2, right? I just don't need that much because I have my page gessoed already, but just to show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to be not very patient. Me. It's just clumsiness. It happens all the time. Okay, so I put a bit of my mica. I want to have it saturated. Right, so I try to see how it works. I'm mixing my mica inside of the clear gesso. Okay. Absolutely simple. Anybody can do that. Right? And I have it ready to go. So if I will now open another page of my journal, and I would like to prime it with golden color, no problem. I have nice covering gesso in metallic finish, which after drying with the heat gun is going to turn into nice matte finish of the page. But this is not the end. You can use, of course, your metallic gesso as a base. Well, here we are again. Let's start again. We had some unusual situation when we just couldn't. I don't think it works. Oh yeah. Hello, Sandra. So I have to wait for you to join. I'm sorry. This is just a bit of technical problem, I guess. We lost you. So I will just wait. We are going to start from the point when we're finished. We are at the point of making metallic gesso in golden color. Thank you so much for your patience. Sorry. Happens. It happens. Yay, yeah. Well, as you remember, I'm in the middle of Irish nowhere, so sometimes we have problems with our internet connection. I think it was that, so my apologies. Yeah, we are going to work on the mix of the clear gesso with golden mica powder. Right, I was showing you this. Right, this is golden gesso versus metallic paint. Yeah. Well, the plan was good, however, we lost people. Oh, hello from Sweden. Yes, we blame the internet in Ireland. We are a beautiful country, but we have a little bit of the issues here with the internet sometimes, so please forgive us. Okay, I'm handing that again to my operator, and let me explain again what we are doing. This is the box that I was decorating before. This is just metal tin. Right, I started painting that with metallic golden gesso I made myself. So as I was trying to explain, to create golden gesso, something that you may think it's kind of fun idea to have, you can use very simple products. So I was showing you, you can use clear gesso. Art Basics clear gesso from Finnabair, very useful product, something that you can easily use as invisible barrier between your surface and the next layer. So for example, if you're working on your journal pages and you would like to see the beauty of the paper that you are working on, for example, maybe vintage book or maybe scrapbooking paper, this is going to be your invisible barrier, protection and isolation. The next ingredient is mica powder. Mica powder, one of my art ingredients, and these are the ones that you can buy in big jars, right? Or in a small containers like this. They come in a set of 6. Big jars, just to remind you, look like that. This is gold mica powder that I used for creating my golden gesso. So again, let me show you how you can do it easily. You need some container, of course, then you need a scoop or 2 of your clear gesso to start. This is the base, and then you are adding the beautiful shiny ingredient, so the mica powder, and you mix it just as it is, and after mixing it in, you can use it to paint on the top of many things. For example, the pages in your journal. I started here, you can see it is already turning matte. How covering this gesso is. It's just like beautiful, a little bit like vintage gold color. This was the color of the mica that we have in the container, and then you can use your heat gun on the top, and very easily it's going to turn permanent. And so on and so on. So we get to the point when you can get to the look on the gesso, when your pencil is going to draw very easily, your crayon, whatever you have on your table, you can add color without a problem. So pencils, crayons, paints, inks are going to stick better. This side was painted with metallic acrylic paint, right? So drawing on this side is much harder. It is not giving you that great way of covering. This is just too slippery. This is great paint to do some metallic finishes. It was not really meant to be as surface to work on that much. It is more like finishing paint. So once we have our mix done, we can use it, for example, to cover embellished box. This is the box I was showing you. You can use your gesso to prime everything before adding color. So what I was doing, I was taking a brush and then I was putting 1-2 coats of the gesso on the top of my metal tin, right? So every embellishment that I had here, it was some of my mechanicals, zipper flower, some pebbles, it was all made from elements like that, right? These were the elements that I was using, and they were absolutely slippery, not very easy to work on. And I have everything covered in the clear, with the clear gesso and mica mix now. So if I would like to paint on the top of that, I can do some of the cool things. First of all, I can make another mica hack. I can use my mica as a paint, and this is going to stick to it very easily. You can use the combination of soft gel and mica. Soft gel and mica is going to be more like cousin of acrylic paint. So if you're going to put it together and paint, you can create effects just like you would do with acrylic paints. So I'm going to use my soft gel. This is glossy liquid gel medium, and I'm going to take this teal color, which is going to be a bit like patina, and very quickly I'm going to make a bit of paint for you. Yeah, I have a bit of my mica powder. Ta-da! And then I take one of the brushes again, trying to find the clean one. This is the one I was using for gold color, right? And I'm putting a small scoop of soft gel into my mica. This is liquid gel medium, very, very sticky. Now I have something that is going to be very similar to metallic paint. This paint is going to be permanent after drying, so you don't have to worry that it's going to come off. And now you can use it for dry brushing on your project, or just simply playing with different effects. So let me start it a little bit. I'm going to put it in the depths of my project, here and there, right? That's one of the ideas I have. I'm going to put it here and there, and then I'm going to spray some water to make it run. And because soft gel is liquid gel medium and it's sticky, this is going to be permanent finish. So as long as the gel is wet, you can water it down a little bit and add the finishing touches just using paint made of mica and soft gel and then some water. Of course, before I will do anything else, I have to dry it, because without drying, it's going to be hard to add any other things. Right? So you have to be a little bit patient now. Maybe inside here too. So I'm using my heat gun. You can see how beautifully shiny it is. It's sticking nicely in the details, very easily. It's almost like patina effect, but with a bit of shine in it. Okay. Getting some of the water out to make it faster. Okay, so these are two hacks in one now. Clear gesso with mica powders to create metallic gesso, and mica powders with soft gel to create metallic paint. Very simple, very fun to do, and you just, you can play with water to water it down. Other way of using the same paint as we made here on the side is dry brushing. So I'm going to take the flat brush. I'm going to pick this paint a little bit. Dry brushing means you just have a tiny bit on your brush, right? Not too much. And then you are just touching the tops of your project, like I'm doing now, right? Trying to show the details. So dry brushing is the technique you can do with acrylic paints, with this paint that we created now, but also, of course, with waxes. In fact, waxes are probably the easiest mediums to use if you would like to add some finish that is similar to dry brushing. So you can see what I'm doing, just picking a tiny bit of mix of soft gel and mica powder, right? And using that as a paint, like patina effect paint, to dry brush on the top of my project. So that would be very, very cool way. That works, of course, on any gesso. Here we had a metallic gesso hack because I wanted you to show how you can use clear gesso for mixing with mica and soft gel to mix with mica. But it will work beautifully on black gesso. It will work just great on white gesso. And remember, if you really like metallic effects, mica powders, they shine the most beautifully on black gesso. Dark surfaces make it really visible, they make it really pop. So you can put almost anything on your surface as a base. As long as it's matte, it's going to be very easy to work on it. So any kind of gesso. And then metallic finish. The last idea I wanted you to show today with the micas, it's, once you have your surface ready, once you have your gessos ready, you can use your mica as a spray. If you have an empty bottle, instead of playing with permanent finish, you can put mica inside of the water bottle and spray. And people ask about the proportion, how to do it right. It's not that complicated, really. It's up to you. It's better put a little bit less than too much, because sometimes some of the bottles will clog. So I would say I'm putting 2 scoops like this. Right? What you have to remember, this is finishing touch, and it's not going to be permanent because there's no binder here. So if you'd like to make it really permanent, it's a good idea to spray some fixative or hairspray on the top. So this way you get very nice spray to add on your surfaces. And again, this spray will be more visible on the darker surface than on the light surface. So if you're going to spray on the black, it's going to be very, very visible. It's going to show the details beautifully. And if you spray on the light, it's not going to be that visible. Just to show you, on the lighter surface here, that is how mica spray is going to used. Of course, mica can be just used as it is. If you like to brush it on the top of something, you can. Just remember to use the dry brush so you're not going to have it sticking to you. And after application, it's good to seal it with something. So I would again recommend some sprays, like fixative or maybe even the hairspray. But it's really very easy to make it stay in the places. Mica is great for filling the empty spaces. If you have crackle effect, if you have some detailed projects, mica will stay nicely with all these little places. So you can just brush it directly on it. So just to remind you, we have here metallic gesso, sorry, just to show you. Gesso, gold gesso that I made myself from clear gesso and golden mica powder, right? Very simple. And then we have metallic paint. It was a color that was called teal, and soft gel. That was the base to mix it. So we have permanent finish on the top of the metallic gesso. You can play with many techniques really using that. You just think about using stencil. If you'd like to create effect, you know, you can play with stencils maybe a little bit and then go with your gesso through that. Yeah, this is just this metallic gesso through the stencil. It will dry as you can see it. It's going to have a little bit of texture. You can you can use it on your journal page, as I was trying to give you an advice, or as a background of your collage. So I hope that is inspiring. And just to show you one more thing, you can also add finishing to it using waxes if you would like to. This is beautifully matte finish. We have metallic paint, but if you prefer using waxes, I mentioned these, it would be very easy to rub it on. I just took the silver color, old silver. I use it a bit, right, and I'm going to rub it. I always put it on my hand before, so it's like a little palette. And then if I would like to change the tones of my project here and there, you can see how easy it is to work on the gesso. Gesso is really your best friend, and it doesn't matter if it's white, black or clear, it just helps all the other finishes stay on the top. So it's better really to spend some time on priming your project, especially if you're working on the effects that are built out of different elements. Like you are mixing wood and plastic and metal. And then once it is primed, you are going to be having easier time, and it will be so much effective to add your paints or waxes or inks on the top. Sometimes you're struggling just because you don't have your surface ready. And you know, gesso is really your best friend. It's one of the cheapest art supplies, so it's good to have one pot of gesso on your table. And if you prefer white, it's great. If you prefer black, it's great. I'm a huge fan of the clear one because it is giving you so many possibilities. So yeah, I hope that was inspiring. That is my short video about mica powders hacks. So just to remind you what we have here again, this is a mix of clear gesso and mica powder to create metallic gesso. Then there is a mix of mica powder and soft gel to create metallic paint. And finally we were making even a little bit of mica spray if you would like to use it on something. So well, if there are any questions I will try to answer later, of course. Thank you so much for joining me in my studio, and I'm sorry again for the little problem we had with the internet. This is my creation I made for you today. Very cool idea how you can make your own metallic gesso, how you can make your own metallic paint, and you know, anybody can do it. It just takes, as you could see, 1 minute to mix and then apply and dry. Very nice matte finish. So well, I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you are inspired by mica powders, tell your friends, because they're really, really cool, versatile products. If you'd like to learn more about them, I can only recommend going to my website, which is finnabair.com. And then on the top bar, the last tab is called Video Tutorials, and there will be really good video on using iridescent mica powders and metallic mica powders. Many techniques. For example, the mix with the soft gel, you can see it again. And there will be other ideas, including embossing and spraying, so you will be able to see mica in action. It's one of the coolest ingredients that you can put on your projects, really. So I hope you will try these techniques at home and you'll get inspired. It's good to know what to do with your mica powders, because they're really very versatile. The possibilities are endless. Thank you so much. It was lovely to see you guys, and I hope to see you soon again in my studio, or maybe in the classroom.